She show me up? Or is she in the
Oh,
oh yeah, that's
she's
right.
in the she's in the watch screen, so
Oh,
it's
okay.
okay. I didn't realize she'd have her laptop, but that's okay. We made it work. All right, hello everybody. Welcome, welcome. This is Dot Hack Sign Watch Party episodes 23 through 25. We're on the final 3 of the finale. We came a long journey from the first episode, and now here we are again. It has been a magnificent journey as of right now. So tune in, join with us, and yes, of course, the watch screen is posted right right here. So if anybody wants to join us in the watch link, it's right there. Also, hello, Sailor Out Loud George. Anyway, without further ado, let's get going.
Ooh, what's happening here? They are bringing up a lot of good questions right now. That'll take another game or two. That was funny. Ah, come on, Major. You're better than that. It's a team's storytelling. Finally get you again. See, I told you. I told you. He's getting to the player killer part. Okay, I have to admit, why wasn't he the lead for GU? I love Yuri, but God, could have been. Oh God. Oh lady. You don't want to call her that. Stop calling her that. She's not lying. She's not lying. The power of Sora and Skeeth was too strong. But hey, his character development's complete now. Well done. You see, I told you the power of Skeet is too strong for the stream. Ooh, 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 the bugs, the bugs, the bugs. Yes. The ultimate AI for the world. Ooh, listen to that choir. Ooh. Ah, so that's how it becomes steam. Drat! There he is! There he is, man! There he is! There he is! Hey, there he is! There's Sora! Oh, he was using control. Yeah, there he is! Yeah! Beast! I told you, man! I told you the power of speed. Whoa, that's cool. Is he finally logged out now? She finally logged out? There he is. There she is.
Jesus. Let me fix this a little bit. There we go. Holy hell. What an ending. Joker.
Yes, yes, yes. What an ending.
Yes, and I. What an ending. What an ending. Hello, Jasmine.
What up?
Oh, Christ. Lots to talk about. Holy. It's not a finale without a grand farewell to this series.
And what a beautiful finale it was.
Despite the fact there's two more episodes that are considered to be canon, and they are OVAs.
Oh,
But don't worry, the first one, episode 27, known as Intermezzo, I'm pronouncing that right, is the 27th episode of the series, and Return is episode 26. This pretty much takes place with Mimiru and Bear going to a dungeon that was closed down for 2 years, and it basically kind of is like her character flashback for 2 years ago, and with the characters. So, ha ha! So, little special episode for just for them. And Unison, taking place taking place with so there they are. After all this time, it is with them. The infection crew, Kite, Orca, and Balgam. It only took to the very end to finally see the infection crew.
Nice.
So he wasn't lying when they said, "Oh yeah, they do team up with the infection crew." Yet at the end of the series, so Jensen, what do you think? Are you
Man.
finally going to play the dot hack games now? Please, 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 please.
um, I will try. It's definitely on my list. But yeah, I really dug the story, especially the message of it, which I have said multiple times that my pet peeve when it comes to isekais is that there's not a whole lot of real world consequences for per se. It's more of just, well, we're in a new world and F that world. We're here. But what I love about this show is that there's so much consequence and um a lot of um symbolism, whatever you want to call it. They actually talk about the real world, and I mean the message of choosing to log out and basically choosing the unknown, basically the future, not knowing what's to come, and maybe being afraid, maybe even your situation is terrible, but I mean, you got to take the bad with the good sometimes. And I think this series really gets that. They really ran that home, and I appreciate it because despite the fact that, Subaru is handicapped and um Tsukasa is, she's dealing with her problems or whatever. You never know what lies in store for you down the road. So I really like that they paid extra careful attention to that, and it really did send a great message for the story, which is, sometimes you can't go through life with blinders just because things are bad. Sometimes you have to be willing to take that leap because you never know what's on the other side. So I thought that was a very poetic, and honestly, it's a lesson that a lot of isekais could learn from because it kind of grinds my gears a bit, I must admit.
Where they all do the "you are the chosen one." Oh, you are the one that was kicked from the
Yeah.
hero's party, even though you were isekai, and yet they thought you were a weakling. And yet, lo and behold, you are the god of the world, or the demon of the
Yeah,
world.
yeah, that
Oh,
gets on my nerves
I
too.
despise those because how
Mm.
very cliche they were. Oh, a generic guy or girl. Oh, a generic guy, mostly guy, who's a loser in real life, dies, gets teleported to an isekai world. I'm gonna have all the fun of the adventure. Two
Yeah,
years
it's like,
later, get out of our group. You are a weakling. And then that
yeah,
same day, boom, he has the power of God all along inside him.
yeah, they really bugged me when they did that in Naruto as well. I was like,
Well, at least
don't
Naruto was
do
grounded
that.
with chakra. I
Yeah.
know these he was supposed to be the child of destiny, but at
Hmm.
least in Naruto, well, it was fun for a while until the Destiny segment, but at least it made sense because it was trying to go from ninja to ninja. But at least with him, it's like, oh no, I just saw that you might be it, but
Oh,
it ended up being both Naruto and Sasuke. So at least he had help in the end. So it wasn't like, oh, I was the main hero. No, it came down to everybody at the end, except for you, Neji,
yeah.
because God, kill off Neji for no goddamn reason.
Yeah, they just needed a shock and awe moment. It's pretty bad.
So, what I like about Dot Hack Sign a whole lot, especially with the end, they knew when the end to have some more comedy. It's like, yes, it's limited by the budget. They know where to keep things.
Hmm.
Seeing Maka die due to the data drains as a gamer for Dot Hack GU, I was like, oh, this is the data drains. So this is how they're done in the anime. I'm like, sweet, cool to see self-sacrifice for the little kitty. Also, it's nice to know that Sukatsuka finally she grown a spine. She wasn't willing to let anybody of her friends die, save for Maka, because Maka just a AI from Morgana and a few other people out there. So that was completely fine. It's also nice to know that Morgana, if anybody who knows Morgana, she will always manipulate users to her will and everything. And if you betray her, you get a fate worse than death, which I told you I was geeking out when I saw Skeeth. So Skeeth in the original series is one of the main antagonists. So if you're saying so Sora could have yeah, Sora got a fate worse than death. He got turned into the virus, the AIs you're gonna have to fight in the
Oh,
original GU, and who will spoiler for Dot Hack again because Sora is Haseo, at least his avatar got turned into Haseo, is their main protagonist for GU, and it's like so it's like yeah, it's pretty cool. So you got yourself a little teaser for GU right up ahead after the infections series of games. So to me, that was a bonus. Skiff looked pretty good for appearing only for several seconds on screen, and I'm preparing for a battle. I'm like, oh yeah, these guys are gonna die. And then of course the major over there, Helga, Mary Elizabeth's character, is like, I shall delete this area for good. Boop, and then everybody logged out. I was like, sweet. I was like, that
so
was sick. That was a
He
cool
got
transition.
so he got the fate of Sukasa then basically.
But I
That was
love
supposed to
how
be
they used the
Sukasa.
colors for this
What?
because as we all know, black and white they're in reality. Colors in the game, they're playing in the isekai. But this makes it perfect circle to loop back around because all their lives were hard, miserable, similar to you and I and many others that everybody can relate to. So that sense of way for those who were, abused by parents who feel looked down upon just because or they're disabled or they want to use that phrase incorrectly or think that they always need help. Those who are lost in society don't know what to do yet, or those who are like, yeah, I got life figured out, but it's just what's the next thing for me? Even Silver Knight, I freaking love this moment with him and Mimaru because it's like, hey, old man,
Hmm.
that old. Okay, look, I'm only
But he
23.
didn't get he didn't get that much character development.
But well, actually, he did. Well, he did. His character development came full circle because he protected his lady, and it wasn't just his lady. He was protecting Tsukasa. But I'm like, hey, his character development's complete. But what's the important thing is he actually dropped a lot of the chivalry knighthood to be like, all right, I'm willing
Hmm.
to help out. So little moments like that are a big win. But also why we characterize him in that moment, he learns to have. He's like, I can have fun. I don't have to be all serious all the time. And he's like,
Yeah.
look, I work in a video rental store. And Mimi was like, what? No way. I used to do that too. You can watch any movie you want. And then he's like, but why would you want to do that? It gets boring. He's like, I'd rather work at a pizza joint. You can eat all the food you want. I'm like, that's funny. That's funny because it's kind of true. I'm like, as someone who used to
Mm.
work at a video rental store as an internship, it's the best to have the both watching a movie and a pizza.
Did
Like there was one day where
were
pizza
you
showed up to our place and I'm like, did you order pizza? The other guy's like, no, I didn't order pizza. And
did you
it's like, oh,
did
that's
you
for the
happen
building across from us. And
did
we
you happen
jokingly
to
said, that was funny. And we jokingly said, we should have taken the pizza, go in the back room where the gaming section is, put up the sign that says, be back in 1 hour, do not enter, and just watch a movie off there.
What's your what's your
Funny.
question, Jasmine?
oh no, I just was gonna say, did the video store you work out of did it actually have VHS?
For a very long time, yes,
Oh
until they
wow,
went
that was way
until
back.
they made the shift to uh, DVDs and Blu-ray. Although it was very funny one day because someone's like, when I walked in for the intern, she's like, this lady's like, got a funny story to tell you. This sweet old lady, she wanted what was the it was either the latest Disney movie or Disney Pixar or DreamWorks movie, and we're like, yes, we have that on which device? She simply said, oh, on VHS. When my coworker heard the word VHS, she's like, ma'am, we don't have that on VHS. She went from a nice, sweet old lady to what? How could you not have it on VHS? That is a brand spanking new movie in current time, and there's no VHS, like at all. Oh, I started
Mm.
to lift my head off. I was like, I can't believe it. The old lady, the sweet old lady, asked for her current movie in VHS. I'm like, oh, that killed me that day.
Well,
Oh my
was
god.
VHS was going out of style by then? You just didn't have.
We were in the mid 2010s, so yes, we
Oh my
had no
gosh. Oh
VHS.
no.
Mid
No, Sam.
2010s,
Oh
like
no.
oh my god, I was like, oh my
Oh
god.
Lord.
I
You might
felt
be 10
so
years
bad.
too
I
late.
was like, I if I was there, I would have been like trying to secretly record this, be like, hold on, I'm gonna put this on YouTube. Put up a nice sweet old lady turns angry for VHS. That was funny, but the reason why, like I said, it humanized Silver Knight because But because he's like, what you don't because he also said that what do you want me to talk with? Not like this. Do you want me to kind of talk how Sora talks like lame? I'm like you just kind of Sora right there. So me and
Yeah, it's
Cannon,
like
what?
that was
Just remember
lame.
just
Oh my
remember the
god.
people who might be the most strict are the ones who tend to let loose every once in a while. So I appreciate that seeing Aura or the ultimate AI, which is why Morgana is mad at Aura because she's or the ultimate AI is essentially for the world. Morgana's not lying; she is the world, or at least the AI for the world. Is that when the world was being created, Morgana was there for a while, but then they created a new one, the ultimate AI, that was eventually going to replace Morgana. So when Morgana learned about this and was more sentient, she's like, I'm going to halt this growth of this AI and I'm going to be in control. I'm going to do everything my way now. Hence why all the bugs that you see in the original game start to show up, all the viruses like Skeet and a few others. So I'm like, yeah, this is how Morgana takes over for a bit, and like she's like one of the antagonists for a while until you defeat her, and then you get all the new stuff with the PKKers, and then all that stuff with Haseo and a few others. So there's that as well. I have yet to dive into some of the other stuff like Dot Hack like online to some of the other animes out there. I know Dot Hack Roots was considered to be canon at one point, but it's no longer to be canonized simply because how the different material with that Roots is supposed to be tied to with GU weren't exactly made by the mangaka authors or some of the other people. It's still interesting to watch it. Just know that it's not quite canon, but there are elements in there that still kind of makes its way into like the main series somewhere. So it's there to watch, but it's up to you. But also at the same time, like I said, going back to the ending, that it makes a lot of sense is because when you think about the whole black and white section, yeah, we've seen everybody at their highs and low, and when Sukatsuka's leaving, she's like, "This is the real world. Like I'm real." Like, and we're walking by, and you gotta remember, wait, where's that promise? And I'm like, wait, there she is. There's Subaru in the wheelchair, and kind of when they look and turn, it's like, is that you? It's like, yes, welcome back to the real world, and it goes from black and white to color because now
Mm.
they're living finally. I'm like, yes, this is perfect. This is what the type of ending you need for to end a series like this. But like always, it's not the end completely because you can never truly get rid of Morgana until you play the Infection series. So it's like, here we go. So, but darn you, Bandai, I need a Dot Hack Infection remastered. Please, just port it to modern consoles, upgrade the engine, lightings, everything. You're good to go. We got GU. Now give me the original series, please.
Plus GU remade.
Yep, it's on PC, PS4, the Xbox One, and console. So you're able to play it pretty much healthy, pretty much on a good
Yes.
collection.
And that's the first
If
game.
anything, I I,
GU is
I
like the
would
second series, so
Do
I
I
would
what?
get I would get Hack GU last free code. It features all three games plus the fourth, plus the bonus fourth. It features all three, and it's the definitive way to play it.
that is the definitive version to play the second
Because
series,
everything is still there. Like everything is
and
still
it's the
there.
most accessible one. So where the Infection series, which was the original PS2 series, it is still sadly locked on the PS2. We haven't had a proper port outside of the pirate life of emulation. So
I do have one of them.
I know I always saw like the GU games at the video store for a while, and I was like, I should play these. So I'm like, thankfully I got GU on my PC, which it runs very well. Although I gotta lower the frame rate, so I know that to get it run properly.
And the
Something
definitive
like this.
collection. Is that on PS4 as well?
Yes,
Yes,
GU.
yes,
Yep.
because I
Live
did
collection.
pick it
Yep.
up. When it was released, I dropped everything. Asked my roommate, "Hey, can we go to GameStop real quick? Because I have a pre-order to pick up." That was the game, so I picked it up, and it was for PS4, and I was happy. I still have it to this day. I still have it, and I think, yep. Oh, it's on Steam. Oh,
That's
it's
how I'm
on
able to
Steam.
play
Well,
it.
there's another
It's
way to
on
play it too.
Steam.
So that's
It's
good.
on
It's
PS4,
good. That's
PS5,
good.
the
That's good.
Switch. So again, there's Fado's favorite game. No, I'm just
Tabby.
joking. There's like kind of like my favorite one next to it is a the main waifu. Yay!
Mhm.
Again, this is such a good game, very good series. So GU is the definitive way to play. You get includes all three of the original GUs, Rebirth, Remnants, Redemption, all fully restored as well as the all new fourth volume. And also because they're all fully restored, you get these wonderful new cutscenes actually that when they go full CG, I think the full CGs were better than the originals in my opinion. Well, I've seen the CG stuff, which I'm like, damn, that looks really cool. I haven't seen the original versions on the PS2. I'm like to do a side by side comparison, but I know this came out during their 15th anniversary. It's almost 20. Please,
I
please, or past 20, either way. But we're almost at the 25th, so please do something. So it's not even that hard to run it. You just gotta deal with that frame rate, which I did. So I had to lower mine on my PC. But definitive way to play GU. Support the series, please, so we can get Bandai off their lazy ass over there, along with CyberConnect to get me a proper game, please, or port, anything, please. I'm starving for content. Eminem, what do you think? For science.
um this has been a very, very fantastic show. I love the series. When I first saw it back in '04, late at night on Cartoon Network at that time, and I sat down and like watched it. Like whenever it came on, I sat my butt down and just watched it as best as I humanly could, trying to follow along. But you know
This
how it
was on
is with
Cartoon Network.
mhm. 2004 and 2005 respectively.
I
Cartoon
didn't even
Network.
know.
It was late at night. I want to say around midnight. I want to say around 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. is when it would come on and everything. Also, there was the Gundam series 2 and also Cyborg 009. I was fortunate enough to watch both. Um, but all in all, this is a very great series, and it still holds up to this day.
Still holds up
Aside,
despite the technical limitations, because that's the one thing you are going to be warned about. Yes, a lot of it is same locations repeated a lot with some very deliberate art style choices to limited animation. It may be B Train, and we're gonna say, can't you guys just watch a series from B Train that was called Noir? And I'm gonna be fair. Noir probably had the A team, probably had the budget to do it. Signs, who knows? This could have been commissioned out of the blue to like, oh, we're gonna have a lot of time to do it, but then they're probably realizing what the series is like, oh, it's not action adventure. This is more of a little bit of slow burn character study, a little bit of melodrama, but more of a drama series than actions. And because
Oh
of that,
yeah.
you can get some nice more some weird choices with the cameras, like the camera spinning upside down in episode one, or long stretches of pauses where it is just a frame where you're gonna think that, did my computer crash? Did my iPhone crash?
I know.
No, no, that's how they hold the
I
shot.
yeah, I that's how it was back then. That's how it was back in those days. You couldn't tell like if it was really moving or if the TV broke or the monitor broke. It's like I don't think it's supposed to do that.
But no, I do like some of the choices, and because of that, you kind of get some really nice shots every once in a while. Like again, like because of Sukasuka in her mood, whenever she was with Maka and Aura, that area would change color layouts. It would change the colors from the usual brights of your blues and greens to, if she was moody and angry, it would turn like more blue, blacks, your reds, and the grays would come in. I'm like, ooh, I love that change up every once in a while. Or again, they'll hold on to some nice brown shot that I still remember. It was uh BT and the other gentleman was talking on that big giant monster skeleton. I was like, oh, this is a cool shot. But then they keep on talking and talking. And that's when I'm like, did my computer froze? I'm like, nope, nope, that's just the shot. I'm like, okay then. Or sometimes they go really close up with Sora with the close up eyes. I'm like, we're getting around speaking and moving the mouth for this shot, I guess. But but for something like this at the time, I can totally understand why they're doing this. They're saving time, money, animation, and probably this is like the easiest way to do it without overworking their
Hmm.
staff. So completely understandable, B Train. Completely
Yes,
understandable. But of
they
course, my
need it.
favorite part. Oh, go ahead.
I'm just saying they need the camera to be dynamic since the animation can't, basically. So the camera moves around a lot.
The camera does move around a lot. Sometimes they just stay there stationary. Nowadays, you'll be like, why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? What? Like, this is more understandable. But because of that, you kind of get some nice shots. Like I said, even them going flashback, it's more in a VHS style, which I was like, sick, sweet. We don't see that anymore. That was pretty cool. Or again, like I said, the reality is in black and white, and that which is pretty cool to see. In the anime, they're more colorful, more movement, with some nice scenery. But my favorite part of this anime, no matter how many times we heard those themes over and over again, Yuki Kawajira, she never ever disappoints me. Oh, I love her so much. The way how she uses the themes throughout the anime. Yes, you hear them a dozen of times, and like when you're playing a game, you're gonna hear that same themes over and over again. Whether that be Skyrim with the da 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 da, whenever you're fighting a dragon, or just walking around Oblivion going da da da, or Assassin's Creed's when we still did do world themes for some of our games, whether that you be in Florence, Rome. I'm trying to think what else was there. I think three, no, three didn't have some of those things in the cities, but or like Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, where you're exploring like Novigrad, Nilfgaard, Skella, you name it. You're gonna hear music all over a lot, and you're gonna hear them. So it's up to her job and many other composers. What sounds good, what sounds pleasing, that's not going to get annoying every so often. Man, again, the way how the music comes in, very good. It fits the themes, it fits the characters. There's some really nice melodies, and she combines a lot of stuff, whether that be with synth, pianos, your strings, your percussion. This lady does it all, and she's very known for her themes. This is the same lady that would do many of my favorite animes out there, like Noir or Noir, Dot Hack, Illuminati. She would later do Fists of the North Star, Legend of the True Survivor. Everyone was like, wait, she did that? Uh-huh. This lady's awesome. She would do Madoka Magica, Fate Zero, almost every anime for the SAO series. So, and yeah,
Hmm.
she's the lady who does all of the Demon Slayer. So she
Wait, really?
knows how. Yes, she's done
Good.
all the season for Demon Slayers and the movies.
Oh
Yep.
my God. She has a very long list of accomplishments there.
And if you want to see some of her,
she is
she
still
still makes
cool.
music to this day. She keeps going on. And if you want to know my favorite project with her, I keep telling people this. People need to watch this. Watch the classics. Oh God, you guys have no idea how I love this. I own all the movies before the Garden of Sinners, also known as Karakai no Kokai. Oh my God, all the movies. How many movies? There's 8 movies, and she's done all of them.
What's that
Now
even
people are gonna
about?
say, but this is the release order. No, no, no. You want to go in this actual order, like the actual order, because if you go in chronological order, which is Study and Murder, Hollow Shrine, Remnants of Pain, and then that one came late. Future Gospel comes later, but that was like the end of the timeline. You're gonna be like, the movie doesn't make sense. You have to go out of order. And the actual, like Quentin Tarantino style, the actual release order of these movies, and then it will make sense because that's the best way to experience it. But the reason why she's so good, she can make 3 simple things work well: choir, synth, and a harp. That's like the main theme for the character. But then later on, she starts to add more upbeat stuff like percussion, strings, more style to the music. The strings go crazy and wild. The choir starts to get more mystic melody. Like, oh God, this lady's so good. Like, it's hard to describe it, but it's the evolution she does. She brings you into the character and how they're feeling, and that's why I love her. She's so good with this music, and why I keep suggesting she should do more of this stuff. Along with, she needs to do some video games. And if you're saying she hasn't done any video games, she's done a couple of them over the years. A couple of them unknown, but she did Blood the Last Vampire. She was part of the Xenosaga stuff for episode 2 and 3, but she did the movie scenes for the second episode, and then like movie to get the third game. That was her, so completely for the third game. And why I keep saying that, if Yoko Shimamaru, if you need a break from Kingdom Hearts, my suggestion,
Mhm.
Mr. Tetsuya Nomura, which you'll never listen to me, and Blessed Square, Yuki Kawajiro will handle the music for that game onwards. Sacred Blue, I know it's sacrilegious, we need Yoko, but if Yoko needs a break, Yuki is the girl to go to.
What was the
Or you
name of
find
that?
the Azure Wrath composer. She was amazing.
What was the name of that stuff you showing Violet Garden?
The Garden of Sinners.
Oh, okay.
Very
Yeah,
good. It's hard to describe it, but it's
I'll
kind of the
take a look.
precursor to Fate Stay Night.
Oh, yeah. I need to watch that too.
You definitely start with Fate Zero. That's like the best part for Fate Stay Night. That will explain the lore, the rules, what are servants, what are masters, what's the Holy War. Oh, I mean the Holy Grail War. Why do people want the Holy Grail? So that's the best place to start. And once again, she does the music for that series, at least for that anime in particular.
It's so crazy how things come about because yeah, you have the story, you have the characters and everything, the themes, but everybody knows music always makes it work.
Music
Hmm.
is a universal
Yeah,
language. Even if you don't
you
speak
could be
English,
a
you
world-renowned
understand.
voice actor and an animator, but the music really brings the scene to life.
It's that
It does.
extra layer we give it that as musicians, it's like we can make it good. Sometimes, you just get told to, oh, we just want something sad. It's like, how sad do you want it to be? They're like, just make it sad. It's like, okay, but and then you just give them the piece that's sad, and it's like, all right, if it's the same, I'm moving on. But when you get those really good people, the people that know how to direct a scene, they might just say, you know what, we don't need music for this. We'll let the scenery and the acting speak for itself. And even for us composers, we'll say, I think that's a smart choice because you can try with music for a lot of different scenes, and sometimes it'll work out great. Other times we'll say, no, I can get this to be better. Other times we just say, no, music isn't good here. Because even like one of the films I watched several years ago, it was called Mother by Darren Aronofsky. He originally did have music for that movie with Javier Bardem and Jennifer Lawrence. But when him and his composer at the time, when they looked at the music score and they kind of queued up to the movie, they both kind of came to agreement that I think the movie would be better without the music. They both agreed to it, and that's why it doesn't quite have a music in it. Everyone were like, "Where's the music?" I'm like, they both agreed, saying that yeah, it didn't need it. And even another friend to composer says like, it takes a lot of courage just to say that and to kind of delete everything. So it's like, ooh, so is the music lost? It could be lost now, since that was the same composer who did Sicario and a few others, and sadly he overdosed on a few things. So sadly, we don't know if he has some old recordings left to kind of hear what it could have been like. But it's that beautiful process of you never know in general what's going to work until you try it out. Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
There we
Yeah.
go.
there we go.
Well,
She's back now.
A
yeah.
Tale of
Well.
Two Jasmines.
Little 2000 the movie, directed by Dan Golden.
Special
Art
visual
by,
effect. Special
Jasmine's
effects
evil
is by
by
Michael Bay.
Timothy King, the evil sinister twin who was living in the upper attic that the good twin doesn't let her out. I mean, like Jasmine, how could you? But Joker, she's evil. How evil could she be? The people
But
who say they're the evil are the ones that are nice.
Oh, no.
I think my favorite character, if I gotta pick a favorite character, oh, I probably gotta say it's my boy Sora because I know his fate. God, every
Oh.
time he's on screen, they're all like, "Go away." They're like Stewie Griffin, "Go away, Sora, go away." But I just love the fact that out of all the adults who should be acting mature, they're the immature ones. He's the mature one who's like, "What you doing? What you doing?" And yet they're like, "Go away." I love because it's the contrast to what his character would become in GU. So, and his actor just seems to be having the most fun in the room, where everybody's serious or sad. He's like, "Hey, what you doing over here? Why you being moody glooty? This isn't like you."
hmm.
Also, you kind of tell whenever he's jumping around and doing stuff, it's funny. Also, he's the first one to do the JoJo reference to escape. I was like, he used the secret technique to run away. But I also love the fact why he's my favorite. He's the one to misdirect you a lot because you can never really trust him, and that's why I love the fact that you find out subtly he is a kid. Because this is what kids were doing back in the day, where everyone's trying to play the game seriously. There's that one online kid that will ruin the fun for everybody, and he embodied in this anime. I don't know if it was intentional. I don't know if that was a script change, but god damn it, I loved it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad that he has an excuse to be so annoying. I don't know he's a kid.
The
It
clues were
was,
there.
and the music too. It was like so goofy and wacky, and it's like, but it fits him perfectly, and it's like, oh, and then I love that real world shot of him though. That real world shot. It's like,
It
oh,
kind of
so that
shocked you because like it is an actual kid that now his life is kind of ruined, and mom and dad are
I was
probably
hoping when they zoomed in on on the calendar, could I thought it was going to show like an important event or something. Because normally think when that happens, it's either like to a photo or to like or something important. You don't pan a camera to a random object without meaning behind it. But then again,
they
we
probably didn't translate it correctly, or maybe the version we're watching didn't have quite have the subtext. But this is kind of why I tried looking for all of that online stuff, and that's actually one thing I love about this anime. It is a time capsule because it's not just Sora's my favorite characters. One of my favorite episodes is them doing the event, and Bear's like, "Oh, hold on, I ran out of paper, so hold on, let me go get more." And it's like, really? That's what people would do back in the day. If you were that dedicated to stuff, it's like, I need to go find paper. Hold on, guys, I'll be right back. I love the fact that Sora was using a controller that is attached to PCs. We still do that to this day. Some people nowadays do the wireless stuff.
crazy how that crazy how that was
Technology.
foreshadowed. Crazy how that one scene we have this
Translate. And I
because in
felt
the
like that
intro
was
remember in
in
the
the
intro
intro.
they
You
had
see some characters do keyboard and mouse, which is still the preferable way for a
Mhm.
lot of PC players, especially if you're playing stuff that is like an MMORPG or JRPGs or KRPGs, you name it, because you're gonna have a lot of your. If I can do this correctly, oh, of all your inputs down here. So you're probably going to be playing yourself with the keyboard and mouse and not with the controller, which is going to be very limited, especially if you're going to be playing those games where one input might be everything. And we all know those are a bitch if they're not mouse correctly. Like, why? Why did they do
Mhm.
this?
I can't play a game like that.
nah I tried at one point with a few other games.
It's kind of why I stopped playing
I
Tower of Fantasy because it's like, no, this is not designed for a controller. This is designed for a keyboard, and the attack animate button is also the speak button. So when I was doing a couple stuff that's next to a character, I'm trying to attack the enemy. I don't want to talk to you. I no, just no. But also I just never could click with Tower of Fantasy like it could with Nikkei, which is simple to do, and along with Genshin Impact for a while, but then I kind of dropped that after a while because I'm like, I'm not gonna catch up on that stuff. But it is crazy how a lot of stuff you see in in tech in science for this one has slowly evolved over time, and it's like a lot of this stuff is still true. What are people doing? Especially game forums. When I saw that, I was like, oh my goodness. Do you know how old school that is? Going to the message boards, going to these forums of like, well, yada, 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 this happened. I saw
Mhm.
this or that. That is old school before Discord and Reddit or even YouTube videos that would say, is that true or is that fake? That's old school. That is
Yeah,
right.
old school.
social media would everything about that would be exposed in a nanosecond with social media.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that the anime we had back in the day was before social media, because then all the episodes wouldn't be impactful if people are like, hey,
Mhm.
guess what, Goku turns Super Saiyan in the next episode. Oh, and Vegeta
Mhm.
gets killed by Frieza. Well,
Oh,
Yeah, I hate that.
congratulations, you killed the hype.
Yeah, I
congratulations, you
hate that.
killed the hype. That's a lot of things we take for granted for day, like weekly episodes. Well, we still do a bunch of weekly stuff, but being like in there with the whole trend and everything, like so, like example, people were talking about like in recent memories in recent years. Uh, Again, like instead of like Goku or Frieza dying and all that stuff, we have like Attack on Titan ending, which didn't quite crash Crunchyroll site, or go or like Luffy going finally to Gear 5, which they thought would break the internet. Didn't quite, but a lot of stuff is trending. Like we say, social media nowadays, it is easier to see things trend and see what's trending, what people are talking about. Like even recently, Death Gains put like food on the table. That anime was trending, and I forget. And I think I missed the second episode that just came out actually. So I need to watch that right now. So like how that got a lot of people talking on social media, and all of a sudden you see it's got a 9.0 on IMDb. So it's like, ooh, it's gonna be a good one. Or how easy accessible nowadays you can see what's trending and not. So that's that. I think if GU again, if they made another GU anime, which they kind of do with the whole OVAs and movies, I think they do fine. But to get a proper game now, like I just need a proper game so I can connect in Bandai. Just please, I just need a proper game now. So I want to see what they would make this new series into. Something would it be more of a commentary on how the industry has changed, going from single player games to live service to people who are looking for the glory days of the classic generation, like let's say 3 through 6 at least, before we got to the seventh and eighth and ninth generation. So we got to keep that in mind as well.
Oh yeah, oh yes, indeed. It's crazy how things are nowadays, but and then back then and versus back then, because Joker is right. Lots of things are trending now and all that, but back in our era when we were growing up, Toonami was like our outlet for like anime and all that, and we were really excited for the next episode. I remember the day, like during the Namek saga, the Frieza saga. I remember it was before Goku went Super Saiyan. Um, a lot was going on at that time, and all my friends and I, we were so excited. The table was massive. You should see how massive the table was at lunch. All of us sitting together, like debating, theorizing what's going to happen next. And then after Goku goes Super Saiyan, and finally it's that payoff. It was the buzz of school the next day. You don't get that anymore, unfortunately. I feel so bad for the anime fans nowadays who are in high school and all of that, because
Yeah.
they don't get to experience. I mean, yeah, Toonami's back, but not
It's a
in the way we.
very limited run, sadly. That's what I want to say. That because yes, I still see stuff like One Piece is still on there. I
Yeah.
think something like Dragon Ball,
I think
depending on where they are
Toonami is
for
just
releasing the content.
basically dead, which
But
is why
it's the
it's
line. The
kind of
lineup.
going
Hold on.
down.
Let me see if I can find the current lineup for Toonami. Okay, let's see here.
It
Because
just
the
keeps
lineup
changing the
that we
lineup because it
The
doesn't
current
have like
lineup for
constant
2024.
viewership, most likely.
Okay,
well,
that's
that too, Jasmine. Uh, because I remember the lineup for Toonami back then when it was on during the week. I can remember one particular day of that. It was Zatch Bell, it was Dragon Ball Z, IGPX, Bobo 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 Bobo,
Mm. Oh
okay.
goodness.
So here it is. I got it. I got
and
it. Oh,
oh,
you can
go ahead.
finish. No, you can finish first.
And also oh god, I can't remember the last one, but it was the Rurouni Kenshin. I remember that. all those years ago. Go ahead, Joker.
Okay, so I finally got it. So right now, the current lineup for Toonami, they're doing reruns of Primal, Bleach Thousand Bloody War Arc. Thank you. I think that's been airing for a while now. Blue Exorcist. I don't know which season they're on for Blue Exorcist.
That's
Magic and Musho. Mashi. They're still doing One Piece. Again, thank you Netflix and others for putting back Dragon Ball. But it's Dragon Ball Daima. So yay. Zoom 100 bucket list. Even though I've already am halfway through that on Netflix. No, thank you. And then Rick and Morty the anime dub. So if I go back to a few months back ago, the lineup was that because they were doing a bunch of the Lazarus stuff because that was the lineup with Chad Instinct and Shinichiro Watanabe. So they were doing the reruns for that for a while because they were doing the Japanese with English subtitles. Even then, before that, it was still Daima, Bleach, Exorcist, One Piece, and then Naruto. The Naruto kind of got up the lineup, and then you have
I
like
even
they try to do Sailor. I guess they try to do Sailor Moon again for that 3:15 3:15 a.m. lineup, but I guess maybe that didn't last for a while. They did the My Adventures with Superman for a while for a marathon, but and even I'm still disappointed that Cartoon Network ended the Rewind Classic where they were showing off all of the OGs. So I'm like Gundam, like Sailor Moon, and a few others from the very beginning. I'm like, this was actually helping me out because I just come home one of these days after work, turn it on, be like, there it is, the classic Rewind slot. Let's go.
and then
You know,
and then
it
fast
went away.
forward. Yeah, and also back in early 2005, I was around March. They had at like late at night, depending on what day it was. They had Duel Masters, Dice, Teen Titans, Justice League Unlimited, Megas XLR, Zatch Bell, Dragon Ball GT, and Rurouni Kenshin.
There have been some stuff they've been trying to get back on.
Unfortunately, I could not watch Rurouni Kenshin because it was a school night and I was pissed. But what can you
Mhm.
do?
I just can't
There
believe
have been
that
some stuff they've been trying to get
they're
over there,
playing.
like
I I was
the
just gonna
stuff
say
like
I
when Demon
couldn't
Slayer
believe that they're
finished run,
still
that was one thing. Licorice Recoil. I actually was trying to watch this actually, but when it was on, it's like crap. I can't watch it because I was like, gotta go to work the next day or something like that. So it's like to me that's like. But I heard it was very good actually for Licorice Recoil. So I will give them credit and even some stuff that they were re-airing from time to time. Like they even had like IGPX for a while. I was like, ooh, that's a good lineup to have something different that I wasn't always seeing the few things again and again. So I was happy that was there for a while. But to me, it's that current lineup that's like, do I want to stay up to watch this stuff or do I not want to? Because some of it did recatch my attention. To others, I think part of that is just the little magic, that little charm. Because I think some of them can do well. Too, it's like it's not the classics, man. People are saying you're too old, but it was the magic, man. Like I keep saying, I will continue to say this: wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning, put on Cartoon Network back in the early 2000s. You probably just missed the entirety episode of Inuyasha, but you probably heard this melody, boom, boom, dun, dun, dun,
Mhm.
dun, dun, dun. Like that was the
Yep.
classic. Or waking
Mhm.
up to Cartoon
Uh,
Network hearing the Zoids theme for the English opening. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so awesome.
what were you about to say, Jasmine? Go ahead.
oh yeah, I was just gonna say that I'm surprised that they are playing things like Zom 100 because I mean It's been a while since that season came out. Are they
It's
gonna
been a while since
release
that season
it?
came out. I was shocked when I saw Rectus. I'm like, that's an old one. And then all of a sudden, I also, even before that, I saw Assassination Classroom, which this one had to be
Yeah.
like, this episode was recorded. I'm like, these episodes were recorded a long, long time ago. This has nothing to do about the lockdowns. These episodes were recorded a long, long time ago for the dub. How do I know that? I used to pirate. I used to pirate Assassination Classroom. So, ha ha! So I was like,
Yeah.
no, thank you. I already watched the series illegally.
And
thank
Blu-ray.
thank you, Cartoon Network. We will see you in court. But all in all, it's so crazy that how far along uh all the genres have come, because now because of those legends, and now we have shows like Zom 100, Death Parade, Dead Man Wonderland, Dr. Stone, um
Mm,
Assassination Classroom, uh, Soul
We're getting
Eater,
a new
all
magical night. I can't pronounce the name correctly. Rayeth.
exact, and Ray Earth as well. And
Dead Man Wonderland is so underrated. Uh, it would be
they
good.
rushed it. I could
Yeah,
tell.
they
Like
did.
I could. It was
It
getting
was
good.
rushed.
It was getting good
Mm-hmm.
at episode 8, but I think it was the last 3 or 4 episodes. I can immediately tell
Yeah.
just by watching in real time that they were
Then they
like,
did the OVA, which gave you the Scythe guy's backstory.
and
And
then
then,
nothing.
mostly because the DVD sales didn't do so well, the Blu-rays. So thankfully, the manga will be finished later in life, and you get a proper ending. And the proper ending is this: they stopped the games. They figured out who's the main killer. Hint, hint. I won't tell you who it is, but it's pretty obvious if you've been watching. A lot of people come back out alive, and they actually blow up the prison. No, I'm not joking. They blow up the prison. Pretty badass,
Mm-hmm.
actually. But then people are like, "But why did they blow it up?" Hello, this thing was a death prison. They literally were forcing the inmates. All right, you will be part of the circus. You will do this, and if you don't do it, you will die and not get the antidote. So, yeah. If I was a criminal for false
you need
charges there,
100 million. You need 100 million to be pardoned and be released.
well, also when you got
I
in the
think it was
prison, you couldn't really
I
escape it. Especially if you
think
were the people that had all the blood powers, you had it worse because, well, it was gambling. All these figures were always playing, but if you did win, your opponent had to suffer through anything, from appendage launches, eyes, you name it. So it was like, no, 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 no. So you didn't want to
they
lose a
did
match.
not hold back. They did not hold back on.
That's
I
why I
mean,
liked it.
Mm.
And when I was watching
It
the
was
anime, I was like, this
hardcore.
is actually cool, actually.
It was really hardcore.
yeah, and I'm like,
Also, that
ooh,
first episode,
like when it was when I saw the defeat of the opponent of Ganta, and all of that happened. I'm like, holy
yeah,
shit!
was he
They
gonna lose? And
really
it's
did
like,
not
oh,
hold
you
back.
are
Mm-hmm.
the
They
best.
did not care. They just did not
Mm-mm.
hold back.
There's a
Like,
lot of
we
swearing, a lot of
really wanted
blood.
emphasis.
It was
And
really,
let's not
really,
forget,
really
guys.
brutal.
Let's not
No, I'm
forget the
telling you.
first episode hooks you in due to the classroom scene. Oh my! It just comes out of nowhere. It's like, what's that thing? And
Because
then boom!
it sets up it
Mhm.
sets up
Well, it's not even a
normal
setup. Like it's. Well, the thing is that they're talking about the prison, and they're gonna go on a field trip to it. But then this thing shows up. What's that over there? Boom! Out of nowhere, it's like, oh, it's like, oh,
damn.
that happened.
Oh,
Everyone's dead. It's like,
and the one guy who can really edit clips and everything,
that was messed up.
that was major
I
foreshadowing
thought for
to what
sure
we
the main guy was gonna die right then and there, because the dad just jumps and starts punching him. It's like, sir, you can't do that. And I'm like, how is he not charged for assault? 'Cause that's assault now.
Yep. And
But
also
that's how that's what the prison system was.
mhm. And also the guy who can manipulate video and audio and make it really look real. That right there was very scary and very clever. And it foreshadowed what we have today with all the deep fakes and all that. It foreshadows it
Deep
today.
fakes, people you can easily fake a lot of stuff these days, along with like even somebody with a rookie with a potato computer with a potato software, like you could just go in and start editing stuff, rearrange stuff. I still remember this story that Rich from UTech USA told many years ago that this woman and her boyfriend at the time they were dating for a while and they broke it up. But I guess she didn't take the breakup nicely or wanted revenge on the guy for random reasons. Went to Facebook, created a fake profile of him, and made it look like that. Yeah, he's stalking me. Get him in prison, saying all these nasty stuff. And while his relative at the time was trying to get him out, she sadly passed away trying to get him out. So, but was the girl ever caught? She was caught in the end, but I don't know if they did anything to her. That's the most effed up stuff right then and there. Those who get away with it and admit to, okay, I faked this. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Yep. But it's been a lot of it's been a magical journey with the Hack series, and it goes to show like how far the MMORPG has really come and everything back from the early days to now, with like VR and all of that. It's a really a marvel and also a cautionary tale of what can happen. I know it won't happen. We know it won't happen, but anything is possible at this point. Um, on a lighter note, though, Joker, Jasmine, guess what?
Yeah.
We have the winner of the poll,
I
and
already know for weeks, so
yeah, we
Mm,
next Thursday we are going to be watching
before
X
I
Men.
go on my trip,
Speaking of which, Joker, I need to know: are you
I
leaving
will
the
not be
28th?
back. I'll be leaving on the 29th, and I will not
Okay,
be back until February 9th.
let's see, 29.
so like 2
Oh, you're going to
weeks.
be gone. Oh, wow. You okay? Well, good. Well, good to know. Good to know that you're leaving on the 29th, so you'll probably be able to do one last night cast before you leave, which would be the 28th. Am I correct in the matter?
Yep.
Okay. I will let Phoenix know that the Wednesday, February 4th, he'll be co-host for that day. He offered to do so, so we're all
Sweet.
good. But Joker, you deserve that vacation, man. You you do a whole hell of a lot. But I'm glad that we're able to get this going before you head out and everything. But I'm genuinely excited. I love the series growing up, and it's good that that everything is still there. And I'm like, yes, it's still there and it still works. I
And
know
Jasmine's going to be saying, what are we talking about? The winner of the poll, because we had a three-way tie, but
that was crazy. That was
only
What?
crazy. I'm
one
like,
succeeded.
Okay.
Jasmine, I hope you're ready for going back to the CW4 Kids era. But we
Oh
gotta go.
boy. I
We
think
are
I know
going.
what you're gonna say.
We are going to our favorite comic book series. We are going
It's
back
it's
to
X-Men.
high school. We are going back to X-Men Evolution.
Yeah. Hmm.
mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that one.
we're going back to X-Men because X-Men Evolution won the poll. My power is your powers. I can take more than one. Ha ha!
And it's funny how crazy that poll was and everything. I'm like, Jesus Christ, 3 winners. So now we have to do one last poll, and because it was a three-way tie. It was a three-way tie in the first poll between X-Men
Which
Evolution, Coyote Ragtime, and Bodacious Space Pirates.
it would have been funny if Bodacious Space Pirate run because I'm like, okay, goodbye, Jasmine. Goodbye.
Oh
No, I
But
try to stick it out.
Or maybe Jazz was the one
but
who voted for that. I'm like, oh,
Oh
Jazz,
no,
you want to tell us?
I did not.
uh,
It would have been funny if Bodacious Space Pirates did win. And I'm like, Jasmine, you want to tell us something? But then she was saying,
but
hey, did I
but
tell you something? No,
but
I'm a gentleman. I wear a top hat. I'm not like
that's the crazy thing about all this is how close it was. Because X-Men Evolution won with 66% of the vote. Coyote Ragtime just got beaten into the dust. um, and Bodacious Space Pirates with a 33.3% of the vote. That was insane. Because the funny thing is, before the actual winner, before it was the actual winner, um, Bodacious Space Pirates led that poll for 3 days straight. And I'm just like, wow. and then almost before we took the hiatus from the watch party, the poll ran out and X-Men Evolution won by a landslide. The midnight voters showed up.
yet
Yeah,
again.
I was a midnight voter because I voted for that,
She probably said, no, I'm not watching a harem. I'm like, I'm sure she's watched her harem. So I'm like,
But it's gonna be a lot of fun going back to that era, back to when it was all the crazy shenanigans when you did have Jetix, when you did have Disney Channel, when you still had Toonami and Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon and all those wonderful shows. It feels good going back. It feels good. However, by the way, I forgot to mention that this is going to be season 1. I forgot to mention that because I
we're
didn't
not
have a.
doing all the seasons in one go. This was
I
taking some
know,
part of the
I
I was gonna
know,
So we'll do
say
season one.
because
how,
what
how
happened
many
was because
how
what
many
Over
happened was
six.
episodes is that?
I meant to put season 1 when I was making the poll list, but I completely forgot. And when it came back to me, I'm like, oh shit, I can't edit it because of that stupid 1 hour limit of editing a post. I was so pissed. And I'm like, well, when it happens, and thankfully it did, we'll explain that we're watching the first season and then we'll do another watch party poll where the second season will be a choice against a few other ones that I have spaced out.
How many episodes is that?
It would be I have it right here. It would be 13 episodes.
Oh, okay.
So a typical 13 episodes. So which is good actually, which is very good. However, there is one I'm going to add in there on the next poll, but I cannot say what it is, but it's really gonna turn some heads. But that's all I am going to say.
Well, this was fun.
Yes, I
probably
had
get- probably give Dot Hack Sign a good 8 out of 10. I like the anime. Despite the limitations,
Yeah.
it is a classic for a series. One of the first projects of the Project Hack series to officially release to the world before we got the video games, the other projects, the animes, and other materials. So this one little anime caught everyone's attention to get you hyped for the video game that came out. So woohoo, very good.
Yeah, I guess I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Um, I really did like the overall message of this show, and honestly, I'm a sucker for those type of things anyway. I mean, if I had to pick out a fighting and maybe narrative or messaging, I would probably take the latter. I did feel the budget because I could tell anytime they tried to mix it up, they didn't really. They just maybe jumped and did something off screen, and then the fight was over. So yeah, it was a little awkward like that. But besides that, I mean, I really do appreciate the messaging and the tackling of the outside world compared to the immersion, because it can't always be rosy just because you're having a good time. Like you gotta, like I say, you gotta take the bad with the good, and I definitely resonate with that message. So I thought it was a very beautifully done show, and I'm like Joker said, the music definitely helped to elevate it. So yeah, it was quite enjoyable for what it was. And maybe if I had more of a grasp on what the games do, maybe I would have appreciated it even more. But being outside of the games, it does stand up on its own, and it lay kind of like the foundation for other isekais. So I have mad respect for that.
Oh, absolutely. Um, I was gonna put I originally I was gonna put in the last poll. I was gonna put this as a joke, but I don't think people would be like, "Huh?" I was gonna put Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go in there.
Well, with
No.
Greg, sadly, we don't know how long he's going to have left. He's fighting for his life to stay alive as much as possible. That would have been cool to have. I would have said, Greg, we're doing this for you, brother.
But it may appear in the future. And also a legend that is sorely underrated, but I cannot say anymore. You'll have to wait. But
Jasmine's like, what are they talking about? Like, no, no, no. See, I just want to torture Jasmine with all these hints, and she keeps going, what is he talking about? Don't worry. We're not going to watch anything that's not safe for work. Because if we ever do, I have to kick you out saying, get out of here. You're too innocent.
Wow. Wow.
And Jasmine's going to say, don't you know my anime collection? I'm like, I don't see that.
But oh, speaking of collection, Jasmine, I love the DBZ. I love the dog Gohan figure that you got. I did
Oh
get a chance
yeah.
to see it. I did get a chance to see it.
You son of a bitch.
Oh yeah. It's very, very fire. I have to show off my whole collection one of these days because I got them all propped up nicely. You guys are gonna be blown away for sure.
Oh, believe me. And speaking of which, Comic Con is happening. I got my tickets, so I am going in March. So I don't know what I'm expecting, but I do know this. The voice of Ed is going to be there, so I will have all four autographs of the Cowboy Bebop cast. And I gotta buy myself a new notebook when I
So
got
you're seeing Melissa Fawn.
mm-hmm. I already saw Wendy Lee. I already got to meet Bo, and I already met Steve Bloom.
So you're seeing Netgear and Medusa and Ed and everybody else she's.
Oh, boy, she voices a lot of characters, but she was really
The
sweet
voice is
though.
recognizable.
She was very sweet though, and I'm like, oh, if I had the budget back then, I would have done it, but I was so tied down and financially. But now I have a chance to do so. But anyway, guys, that will do it for the watch party. Tune in next week where we watch X-Men Evolution Season 1, Episode 1. And then we're going to take a break for the week of the 5th. And then we're going to come back on the 12th of February for the watch party. We'll watch episode 2 on the
Because
12th.
I'm on vacation and I only got 30 minutes of data charges. So that's why I got my DS with me and I got 2 games. And I'm bringing along a few Claymore mangas. So.
Yeah, there you go. There you
I finally
go.
got volume number 1 now, so I'm going to start reading Claymore.
Jasmine, thank you for coming on by, and I'm glad we were able to finish this series, and it ended properly. I will catch you all again. I will be live tomorrow night with Batman Arkham Asylum, and then this Saturday I'll be live with Schedule 1. We just finished up the barn and everything. I'm excited to get it going. And then
that makes 5 series we've completed on the channel.
Yep, we completed Trigun, we completed Black Cat, Noir, and Sonic 1993, and now Dot Hack Sign. We completed 5 different shows on this watch party.
And now we get to start with a classic that I sadly only seen a few episodes for, but never finished. I know.
By the way, guys, just let me know what shows you would want me to you would like to see be nominated.
Hopefully we can track them down. If we can find them, excellent. Reasonably, at least. If they are out of print, good luck with those.
Jasmine, if you can think of any, please let me know as well. I will
Please
happily
torture me. You can torture me if you want to. Because I'm torturing her with Bodacious Space Pirates, and she's going to keep saying, no, no.
Hey, I was mildly curious. I can expand my horizons even for bodacious space pirates. They come for the pirates and they stay for the day.
No, oh no.
But I will say this. One of the actually, you know what? I'll reveal one of the contenders for the next watch party.
So get ready.
Megas XLR.
Ooh! God damn! That bad dude, right? That's a bad dude right there.
Luckily, I found the 2 seasons, so there were 2 seasons, so we're good. It's just trying to like figure out the way it's like listed and everything, like by episode. I could easily tell that okay, this is season 1, and then this is season 2. So we're a go for that. But that's all I'm gonna say. The other ones are a mystery. And also some fan picked ones too that and requested as well. But I will see you all later. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. We're gonna get out of here. Take care, guys.